Welcome to Phillies Fan Central, where passion meets the diamond and every fan's voice counts.
What is going on, Phillies Nation? Welcome back to Phillies Fan Central, your number one source for everything involving the fight in Phils. Before we dive into this breaking news that has the entire Delaware Valley buzzing this Monday morning, I need you to do me a massive favor. If you bleed red and pinstripes, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. We are building the most passionate community in baseball right here, and I want to hear from you. So get those keyboards ready to sound off in the comments section below. Now, let's get right into the headline that woke us all up today. It is official. The Philadelphia Phillies have made their first significant splash of the winter to address the outfield dilemma. Sources confirm that the Phils have agreed to terms with former Texas Rangers slugger and postseason hero Adolis Garcia. The deal is a one-year contract worth $10 million for the 2026 season. On the surface, if you close your eyes and think back to 2 years ago, this sounds like an electric move. We are talking about the man who absolutely torched the American League in 2023. We all remember the energy. We remember him being named the ALCS MVP, putting up a slash line of .33, 382, 726 in that postseason run, smashing 8 home runs and driving in 22 runs to secure a World Series ring. That version of Garcia was a force of nature, a red October type of player who fits the intensity of Citizens Bank Park perfectly. However, as your trusted voice here at Phillies Fan Central, I have to keep it real with you. We are not living in 2023 anymore. We are heading into 2026, and the data paints a much more complicated picture. This is where the excitement meets a wall of skepticism. While Dave Dombrowski loves a high-upside veteran, the reality is that Garcia's production has fallen off a cliff since that championship run. Between 2021 and 2023, he was a legitimate power threat, peaking with 39 home runs and 107 RBIs. But look at the last 2 seasons. The decline is not just a dip, it is a trend. Across 2024 and 2025 combined, he hit only 44 home runs total. Even more concerning for a lineup that sometimes struggles with plate discipline, his OPS has failed to crack the 700 mark in back-to-back years. As in fact, in 2025, he posted a career-worst 665 OPS. So here is the $10 million question. Which Adolis Garcia are we getting? Are we getting the El Bombi, who strikes fear into pitchers and carries a team in October? Or are we getting a 32-year-old outfielder whose bat speed is slowing down and who is swinging at pitches outside the zone at an alarming rate? This move screams high risk. And while the financial commitment is only for 1 year, the opportunity cost is what worries me. By locking in Garcia, are we closing the door on more reliable options? It is a classic Dombrowski gamble, betting on the back of the baseball card rather than the recent trends. We need power in the outfield, yes, but we also need consistency. When you look at the raw numbers written out, $10 million for a sub-700 OPS hitter, it is enough to make any analytical fan pause. This isn't just about filling a roster spot, it's about whether this moves the needle for a team that is in World Series or bust mode. This brings us to the deeper issue at play here, and this is where we need to have a serious conversation about the front office's strategy. As the saying goes, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. When I look at this Adolis Garcia signing, I can't help but feel a sense of deja vu. It feels like we are witnessing yet another attempt to place a temporary bandage over a wound that requires major surgery. We have been down this road before, haven't we? Let's look at the context of the outfield over the last few years. It started with the massive 5-year, $100 million contract for Nick Castellanos. While Casti has had his moments and has been a leader in the clubhouse, the rumors of his departure have been swirling since 2023, and it feels like that era is finally coming to a close this offseason. But look at how the front office has tried to supplement the outfield around him. We have seen the organization try to force the issue with former prospects like Johan Rojas, who provides elite defense but cannot seem to figure it out at the plate. We have seen mid-season acquisitions like Harrison Bader and Austin Hayes. We saw the attempt to bring in Max Kepler on a 1-year flyer last offseason, and now here we are again with Adolis Garcia on a 1-year, $10 million prove-it deal. The pattern is undeniable. Instead of going out and securing a long-term prime cornerstone for the outfield, someone like a Kyle Tucker or a Cody Bellinger, guys who are available and in the prime of their careers, the Phillies continue to shop in the clearance aisle of former stars. Dombrowski is betting that he can squeeze one last drop of greatness out of a player who is statistically in decline. Garcia fits the profile of everything the Phillies usually try to avoid but somehow end up acquiring. A hitter who swings and misses a lot, rarely walks, and relies entirely on power that seems to be fading. He has only posted an above-average on-base percentage once in his career, in a lineup that already features guys who can be prone to chasing bad pitches. Adding Garcia feels like doubling down on our biggest weakness now. To be fair, there is a defensive upgrade here. If Garcia takes over right field, his arm is legitimate. He is a better defender than Castellanos, without question, but is a defensive upgrade worth a designated hitter's production? At the plate, the fighting Phils need runs. They need consistent base runners for Bryce Harper and Trea Turner to drive in. My fear is that we are looking at another Max Kepler situation, a veteran name that excites the fan base in December but leaves us frustrated by July. We are patching holes with players who are trending downward, hoping that the red October energy of Citizens Bank Park will magically revive their careers. It is a bold strategy, and quite frankly, it is a dangerous one for a team with a championship window that won't stay open forever. We need solutions, not stopgaps. So here is the bottom line, Phillies fans. We have Adolis Garcia for 1 year at $10 million. It is low risk financially, but high risk in terms of opportunity. If he catches fire, Dombrowski looks like a genius. If he continues his 2025 form, we are going to be screaming for a trade by the All-Star break. It is an upgrade on defense, but a massive question mark on offense. I want to believe, I really do. I want to see him hit 40 home runs and ring the bell every night, but the numbers don't lie and the trend is worrying. Is this a masterstroke by the front office, or is this the definition of insanity? Do you trust Adolis Garcia to bounce back, or should we have spent the money on a younger star like Bellinger? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one of them. Let's get a real debate going. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please subscribe to Phillies Fan Central, smash that like button, and turn on notifications. We are covering every single move of this offseason because we don't just watch the Phils, we live this team. Thank you for tuning in. Stay passionate, stay loud, and as always, go Phils.